Today we're talking about artificial intelligence. Now you might be thinking, John, AI, isn't that all self-driving cars and robots that can make you a perfect latte? And yes, while AI does have the potential to revolutionize those industries, there's a far more insidious side to AI. A side that keeps me up at night, clutching my Emmy Award and whispering, it's going to steal my job, isn't it? That's right, folks, we're talking about AI fraud. Because unfortunately, as AI gets smarter, so do the criminals who use it. We're talking about an arms race, people, but instead of nukes, it's lines of code and algorithms designed to empty your bank account faster than you can say Nigerian prince. So buckle up, because we're about to take a wild ride through the dark underbelly of AI fraud, and trust me, you're going to want to take notes. Let's start with everyone's favorite online pastime, phishing. It's the digital age's version of phishing, but instead of catching fish, scammers are trying to catch you. Now, phishing itself isn't new. It's been around for as long as the internet has existed, evolving with each technological advancement. We've all seen those emails from Nigerian princes or long-lost relatives who just so happen to need your bank details to unlock a vast fortune. They were laughably bad, right? But here's the thing, folks, AI is giving phishing a terrifyingly sophisticated makeover. It's no longer just about those obvious scams. Forget about those poorly written emails riddled with typos that even a toddler could spot as a scam. Those days are behind us. AI is now being used to craft personalized phishing emails so convincing they could fool even the most vigilant internet user. These emails look like they come from trusted sources. Think about it. These AI bots can analyze your online data, learn your writing style, even mimic the tone of your closest friends and family. It's like having a digital doppelganger. And then there are deepfakes. This technology can create realistic videos that are almost impossible to distinguish from the real thing. Now imagine that same technology being used to create a video of your bank's CEO telling you to update your account information through a very specific, very not legit link. Scary, right? And if that wasn't enough to make you want to swear off the internet forever, let's talk about chatbots. These aren't your average customer service bots. AI is making them scarily good at impersonating real people. They can hold conversations that feel incredibly genuine. The takeaway here, people, is that you can't just rely on your gut feeling anymore. The digital landscape is changing too fast for that. So what can you do? Be vigilant, be skeptical, and maybe, just maybe, stop whispering your deepest desires to your phone in the dead of night. Always double-check the source, and when in doubt, don't click. All right, let's move on to something a little more sinister: malware. This is the dark underbelly of the digital world, where things get really nasty. Now, malware is basically the digital equivalent of finding a cockroach in your kitchen. It's an unwelcome guest that can cause a lot of trouble if not dealt with promptly. It's unwanted, it's potentially dangerous, and it can be a real pain to get rid of. Just like a cockroach, it can hide in the nooks and crannies of your system. But unlike cockroaches, which are just trying to survive in this cruel, uncaring world, malware is specifically designed to cause harm. It's created with malicious intent. We're talking about stealing your data, spying on your every move, and generally making your digital life a living hell. It's like having a digital stalker. And you guessed it, folks, AI is making malware scarier and more sophisticated than ever before. It's like giving a cockroach superpowers. In the past, malware was relatively easy to spot. It was like a bull in a china shop, making a lot of noise and mess. It was clunky, it was obvious, and it often announced its presence with all the subtlety of a mariachi band at a library. You couldn't miss it. But AI is changing all that. It's making malware smarter, stealthier, and more dangerous. We're now seeing something called polymorphic malware. This is a game changer in the world of cyber threats. This nasty piece of code can actually change its form like some kind of digital chameleon, making it incredibly difficult for traditional antivirus software to detect. It's constantly evolving. But wait, there's more. AI is also being used to create targeted malware attacks. These are not just random acts of digital vandalism. These are specifically designed to exploit the vulnerabilities of individual users or organizations. It's like a sniper targeting its prey. It's enough to make you want to throw your computer out the window and live off the grid. But don't worry, there are ways to protect yourself. Now let's talk about something that hits close to home: financial fraud, because let's face it, folks, as much as we love to complain about online scams and data breaches, the real sting comes when someone messes with our hard-earned cash. And unfortunately, AI is becoming the weapon of choice for financial criminals all over the world. One of the ways AI is being used is in algorithmic trading, which sounds incredibly boring, but is actually terrifying. Basically, these are AI-powered bots that can make trading decisions at lightning speed, far faster than any human ever could. Now, in theory, this could be a good thing, making markets more efficient and all that jazz. But in reality, it's often used by unscrupulous traders to manipulate markets and make a quick buck at the expense of everyone else. But wait, there's more. AI is also being used to commit credit card fraud on a massive scale. These bots can analyze stolen credit card data, identify patterns, and even predict future spending habits. And if you thought your bank account was safe, think again. AI is being used to develop sophisticated phishing scams that target online banking credentials. All right, let's move on to something a little less depressing, shall we? Like the soul-crushing disappointment of online shopping. Because let's face it, folks, as much as we love the convenience of buying anything and everything with a few clicks, the online marketplace is a minefield of scams and deception. And you guessed it, AI is making it even harder to tell the real deals from the duds. One of the ways AI is being used is to generate fake reviews and ratings. You know, those glowing testimonials that convince you to buy a product only to find out it's made of cardboard and disappointment. Yeah, those are often written by bots. These AI-powered review writers can churn out hundreds of fake reviews in minutes, making it seem like a product is far more popular or well-received than it actually is. But wait, there's more. AI is also being used to create fake online stores and websites. These sites look incredibly convincing, complete with stolen logos, professional-looking designs, and even fake customer service representatives. And if you thought finding a good deal online was hard before, brace yourselves. AI is being used for price manipulation. These bots can analyze market trends, competitive pricing, and even your own browsing history to adjust prices in real time. And finally, let's talk about some of the more, shall we say, creative ways AI is being used for fraud. It's almost as if these cyber criminals have an endless amount of time and imagination to come up with new schemes. Because apparently stealing money and ruining lives just wasn't enough for these digital delinquents. They had to take it a step further, pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible in the realm of cybercrime. They had to up the ante, get really innovative with their scams. It's like they're in a competition to see who can come up with the most elaborate and convincing con. First up, we have romance scams. These are particularly insidious because they prey on people's emotions and vulnerabilities. Now look, I'm not here to judge anyone who's looking for love online. In today's digital age, it's a perfectly normal way to meet people. We've all been there, swiping left and right, hoping to find that special someone who can tolerate our questionable life choices and unhealthy obsession with miniature dachshunds. It's a modern-day quest for companionship, but here's the thing, folks. AI is now being used to create fake dating profiles so convincing, so charming, so full of empty promises and stolen stock photos that even the most jaded online dater might be fooled. These profiles are meticulously crafted to appear genuine. These AI-powered bots can engage in conversations, send flirty messages, even express faux vulnerability to lure you into a false sense of security. All with the ultimate goal of draining your bank account drier than a California raisin. They can mimic human behavior so well that it's almost impossible to tell the difference. But wait, there's more. AI is also being used in job scams. These scams are particularly dangerous because they can affect your livelihood. You know, those too good to be true job offers that promise high salaries, flexible hours, and the chance to work from home in your pajamas. They sound like a dream come true. Yeah, those are often just elaborate traps designed to steal your personal information, or even worse, recruit you into illegal activities. They can be incredibly convincing, making it hard to spot the red flags. And AI is making these scams more sophisticated than ever before. The level of detail and realism in these scams is truly alarming. These bots can create fake job postings, conduct realistic-seeming interviews, even send out official-looking offer letters, all with the goal of getting their hooks into you. They can mimic the entire hiring process, making it seem legitimate. And finally, let's talk about charity scams. These are particularly heinous because they exploit our goodwill and desire to help others. AI is now being used to create fake charities and fundraising campaigns, often preying on current events and natural disasters to tug at our heartstrings and loosen our purse strings. They use emotional manipulation to get us to open our wallets. But in reality, your donation is going straight into the pockets of these digital Scrooge McDucks. It's a cruel twist on our generosity, turning our good intentions into their ill-gotten gains. So there you have it, folks. The terrifying, hilarious, and often unbelievable ways AI is being used for fraud. I know. It's enough to make you want to ditch your smartphone, move to a remote island, and live out the rest of your days communicating through smoke signals and carrier pigeons. But before you start investing in a flock of feathered friends, remember, knowledge is power. While AI might be making the lives of fraudsters easier, it's also giving us the tools to fight back. The key is to stay informed, stay vigilant, and always be skeptical of anything that seems too good to be true. By arming ourselves with knowledge and a healthy dose of paranoia, we can outsmart these digital outlaws and make the internet a safer, more secure place for everyone. Thanks for watching.